Good morning. Hello, everybody. Happy November 1st. Those of you that know me know that today is such an exciting day for me and most of our family. My family obviously loves my love of Christmas and they love Christmas, but sometimes I think that they're like, okay, we can just take a breath between Halloween and Christmas, but I'm not ready for that. I start right away, November 1st, right away. So today it is beautiful out, like so beautiful. It's sunshiny and it's mild. It's not too cold. It was a little bit frosty this morning. That's okay. So as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to change into my sweatpants and I'm going outside and all the Halloween's coming down. And by bedtime tonight, I'll have at least 2 trees up in the house. Good morning. Hi. Good morning, Mom. Hey, Carrie. At least 2 trees up in the house by bedtime tonight. So get ready because my stories are going to start being flooded. I'm going to take pictures of everything all the way through. Don't worry, I'll still keep all the crafty stuff in there too. But this is just my favorite time of year. I love it. Good morning. Hi, Michelle, Gail, Carolyn, Diane. Hi, good morning, everybody. Just my favorite time of the year. I'm so excited. So obviously my tree is still up. We all know it has never come down. I set it up last Christmas. It was in my bedroom for I don't even know, till probably May, June, maybe. And then I moved it into here for our Christmas in July, and it's never left. And so I turn it on every day, and it stays on all day, and it looks beautiful at night, and I love it. And now I'm so excited because now I'm actually kind of in the season to have it in there. Good morning. Hey, Chris. Oh, hey, Scott. Kim, Tanya, good morning, everybody. Hi. Hey, Carla, how are you? Yeah, you know what? I just love my beautiful tree. Hey, is this video, I'm just going to ask again because I'm probably always going to ask from now until the end of time. Are my lips moving at the same time you're hearing me? Is there a delay today or no? Are we all good? I'm going to be curious about that ever since that happened a couple of weeks ago. But I think we're okay this morning from what I can tell anyway. But you guys are the experts. So good morning. Hey, Nadine. Hey, Del. Hi, Shauna. Janine. Good morning, everybody. So yes, I'm super excited. So last night on the Hallmark Channel, they started playing Christmas movies. And I was busy last night with my son. Our son. Sorry, Scott. Our son. I get used to when Scott's away, just calling them my children, but they are our children. Good. So far, so good. Good. Then we should be all good. Yeah. If we started in sync, then we shouldn't go out of sync. Knock on wood. Who knows? But anyway, I was busy. Alex, has a couple of buddies that they've been his little bubble. They're his best buddies right from the very beginning all the way back to March. And they go to school together. They're in the same, they've all got their cohorts and things. So anyway, a couple of the boys stayed with us last night. So it was really fun, actually. It was really fun. They played basketball and they were playing hockey out in the driveway and they sat in the hot tub for a couple of hours and they made them a ton of food. So I didn't get a chance. So my whole point with all of that was that I didn't watch the Hallmark movie last night, but I did record it. And now on the Women's Network, the Hallmark Network, it's Christmas movies. Tons of Christmas movies. So I've pressed record. I'm going to record a bunch of them because I just love them playing. Good morning, Lori. Welcome. Oh, she's your kid when she's being good, sassy. She says that's funny. I don't know what my kids would say. There's they definitely both have lots of Scott and I's personality traits, but that's really funny. No, I do that though. It's a bad habit to be in. But when, I don't know, Scott was gone for so long, I was like, oh, they're my kids, but they really are his children as well. Good morning. Oh, good. Everything is perfect today. Everything is working well. Good. Awesome. So I have lots to share with you today. I've got, first of all, I did the draw from last week's layout entries. So all of you that posted your take on the sketch in the class from last week, everybody went into a draw and Charlene Ogden, your name was drawn. So congratulations, Char. I will post that after today so that it is up there in case you're not all logged on here. Good morning. Oh, hey, Sharon. Hi, how are you? So Charlene Ogden, congratulations. Your name was drawn from all of the entries of last week's layout entries. So again, just a recap, if any of you are new here, every week sorry, you're probably going to hear some dog barking. That is normal around our house. So if you're new here, I'm sorry, I got 4 of them. They bark sometimes. But anyway, so if you're new here, every week, if you post your take on what we do here in class today, your name gets entered into a draw for a $10. It's usually a $10 gift, like a coupon, so that you get a coupon code for your next purchase from my website. So $10 off your next purchase on my website. And sometimes I've got different bits of product, so I'll always let you know. Last week it was a $10 off coupon code, so Charlene will have that emailed out to her, and then on her next purchase she saves $10 off, which is amazing. And you're crafting anyway, so if you're doing it, then you get in there and you just might win a prize. So you have until, remember we extended it, we were only doing it till Wednesday, but I felt like that was just not enough time for some of you, so you have until Saturday evening. So last night would have been the cutoff to get last week's layout posted, and you can post it in the Facebook group, Jennifer Edwardson Making More Memories. If you're not a member, go. Sign up. You don't have to, well, it's just like you fill in a few things and you answer a question. So go be a member, because you can post it there. You can post it on your social media and then tag Jennifer Edwardson Creative Inc. either on Facebook or on Instagram. Or you can post it on the Facebook page, my Jennifer Edwardson Creative Inc. Facebook page, in one of the posts relating to that week. So there's lots of ways to enter, and you just might win. So congratulations, Charlene. Yay you. You'll get an email from me after class today. Okay, so that was one thing. I've got a little list here. The newsletter. We sent out a new newsletter the other night. And Deneen, so lots of you know Deneen and lots of you don't. And if you don't, you can go check out the About Us page, because you'll learn a little bit about me, maybe some things you didn't know. You'll learn about Deneen and what she does for me. And she's kind of just changed roles a little bit with me. And she's doing a lot more kind of behind the scenes computer things for me, which I'm so excited about. Deneen and I, and you'll read it if you go check it out, but Deneen and I have known each other very much since the day we opened our original location back in 2006. So she has worked on and off with me for all of those years. I love her so much. She's so talented, so intelligent. She helps me in ways that are just amazing, and I'm so grateful to have her back. But she is doing a lot more, like the blog has been non-existent because I haven't had time to do it. And so she's helping me with that. So what we've decided, all of you were asking about, or not all of you, but lots of you were asking about the scrap sheets. So these here that we post, I post them in the Facebook group every week. And we've decided, so we've been asked if we could do PDFs, and I know lots of you smarty pantses are doing that already, and that's amazing. We are going to start doing them in PDFs, but what we're going to do is we're actually going to post them in our weekly blog posts. So we're actually going to be adding 2 or 3 blog posts a week. We're backtracking, so we're going to go back and we're going to post all of these. So we're working hard on that. Most of them will start getting up here this coming week, and in the next 2 weeks we should have all of them up, and so you'll be able to go back in there and there'll be a PDF in there. Good morning. Hi. Good morning, everyone just joining us. Yes. So yes to the PDFs on the scrap sheets. That's where they're going to be. And Deneen is helping out with that. So, so like I said, you can go and check the About Us page, and then you'll also see on there Trina. So Trina, I talk about Trina a lot, who does these amazing sketches. She takes all of my, literally, I use these pencils. Actually, the funny thing is they're usually stuck in my hair. And then when I go to bed at night, I've noticed last night, I think I have like 8 pencils beside my bed. But anyway, she takes my crazy pencil scratches that I do on graph paper, because I am so old school. I don't use any technology for all of my sketches. They come out of my head, they scratch onto a piece of paper, and then she makes them into these beautiful sketches that you see. So she does all the graphic design work for me. And there's an amazing section to get you to learn a little bit about Trina and her background. So check out the About Us page on the shopjenniferedwardson.com website, and you can learn a little bit about the 3 of us. So that was a few things I want to talk to you about the PDFs. I'm just kind of scratching. You can see me looking. I'm looking at my list right now. Newsletter Deneen, About Us, the scrap sheets to PDF, yes, going to the blog. And again, you guys follow my social media, and if you don't, you should. But that's where I post everything. So whenever we've done something new or added something new, that's where it is. So get used to checking those out. And a lot of it's in the stories as well. So something else super cool, the page kit that we put up last week. I talked about that a little bit on Wednesday. It was our very first one. You guys were amazing. You helped out with my questionnaire, asking whether it's something that you'd be interested in. And the response was ridiculous. Sold out of that page in, it was like a day and a half or something, of that Halloween page. It was super cute. You can actually see it behind me there. That one right there. So the page kits we've done, everything that you need to create that page is in them. You do end up with either partial sheets, full sheets, partial embellishment packs, full embellishment packs. So that kit, I'm backwards. That kit right there had an amazing die cut in it, and pattern papers and beautiful brads, some really nice specialty brads, some specialty paper, tons of glitter paper, and some cardstock, and a full pack of thickers. So that was all included in that page kit. Sold out right away. You guys loved it. That's amazing. So our new one is up on the website right now. I just loaded it in the wee hours. I was up super late. I don't know where you guys were, but fireworks here. Oh my God, my poor dogs. I think they need anxiety medication because fireworks started here about 5 p.m. last night and they didn't end. I heard the last ones about 1 a.m. and then they were setting off again this morning. I was actually a little irritated that they were being set off this morning, to be honest with you. Because I just didn't think it was necessary at 7 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, lots of fireworks. So I didn't get a lot of sleep. My point was that I posted this new page kit in the wee hours. So it is up. This is it. I'm picking up two things at the same time. This is it. A quick little peek, all the feels. It's on the website right now under kits. Everything that you need is included. And this one actually is really cool. You have a full pack of Simple Stories ephemera in this as well. So it's really nice to get a full pack of embellishments with a page kit. So those are on the website under kits. You'll see them. I haven't done a specialty drop down yet for them for page kits, but I will add one as I get a few more done. But I do have a couple more in the works, so they'll probably be up later this week as well. Okay, that is that. I'm going to put this one away. And then the other thing I want to talk to you about real quick before we get scrapbooking is the next online workshop, 2+2+2 workshop. It is selling really, really well. I think there's about 30 of us so far. I've got lots more room. That is because of my Zoom classroom, I can take up to 100 ladies. So that is a lot of people. I understand that. But though I used to teach 100 ladies at a time, when I did my 20-page use your own product, I would go to Vancouver, which is amazing, and do like 75 to 100 ladies, which was so fun, huge, amazing, these big, huge spaces, which I hope we get back to that at some point. But anyway, for now, we're going to meet on the Zoom classroom. It's a private classroom. You get the link. You just have to have a free Zoom account. You don't have to pay for the Zoom account. And if you have any questions with that, just email me. I can help you out with that. But it's called 2+2+2. It's being taught on November 22nd. So it's a Sunday. I've put it 10 till 2. You're going to do 2 doubles, 2 singles, 2 cards. I don't know if it's going to take us 4 hours. It might take us 4 hours, might take us less. But that is going to be a really fun workshop. So I really hope that you guys will join me in there. It's on the website under workshops. Call your friends and join us because that'll be super fun. And the instructions for that come out here pretty quick. I think in another week or so. I have to look at the dates. But that's on the website too. So make sure you check that out. Okay. I think that is what I wanted to tell you. Now let's get scrapbooking. Okay. I'm going to change the view here for you, so that you can see the layout, and then we'll get started on that. So I hope you guys, if you are following along, get all your supplies out. And if you aren't, just watch, and then you can always follow it back later, and you can, stop and start and do whatever you like after that. Okay. All right, good. Let's get started. So here is, yes, Heather, I know, me too. Oh, and Heather, you've got a package coming out to you. It's being shipped on Monday. So I'm sending it to your house address. If you want that changed, let me know before then. But you've got a package coming from me for your event. So, okay. So this is the layout that I created based on the sketch. So here's the scrap sheet. So this was the sketch that we did. Grid sketches are amazing, and this one is just a little bit different because it's got a few different sizes, but it all works within this one space. And I really love them. You can do so many things as far as twisting, turning. This would look adorable like this. It would look great like this with your bigger photo on top. Again, because you're always able to twist and turn your sketches, right? So this was the sketch, the supplies we required. This was my layout that I did for you. And then all the instructions are on here. So again, it won't be listed with the PDF today, but it is going to be on the blog this coming week. Okay, and you'll be able to download that if you like. Oh, hey, how you do stitching? Oh, Kim, well, my stitching is on here. This is faux stitching. I'm going to show you how I do it today. But this is just a pen and a ruler. But if you're going to do real stitching, yeah, you've got to be pretty crafty with your sewing machine, which I have several. I use them sometimes, but I am just a big fan of faux stitching with my pen and my ruler. So I'm going to show you how I'm doing that today on the one that I'm going to work with you. Obviously, this was Alex's. If any of you saw last week, I posted this really cute little video of Alex. He's super instrumentally intelligent. Like, I don't even know if that's the right thing to say or how to say it, but he's one of these kids that he can just hear a song and then he can play it on whatever instrument he's doing. And he did it with trumpet. He played trumpet for 3 years, and he just switched out of his jazz band this year and went into rock band, which is hysterical. He loves it, and he's actually really good at it. So he decided a few weeks ago that he wanted to play guitar. So Scott went and bought him a guitar, and he is doing incredibly well, like playing some really old school rock and roll heavy metal. So he's loving it. So anyway, I had to get this into his scrapbook because it's really been actually super fun for our family listening to him. He's just loving it. So he plays trumpet, now an electric guitar, and acoustic, obviously, and piano. So I get to hear lots of fun music, but the joke is that he's never playing anything I really want to listen to. So I've been asking for like Elton John or Billy Joel or Bon Jovi, and he won't play me any of those. But you know what he did do? He learned the Van Halen solo in this Beat It song, Michael Jackson's Beat It. So that was a little closer. We're getting a little closer. We're at least in the 80s, which was helping me. But anyway, yes, faux stitching for sure, Kim. Got it. I will definitely show you. Oh, thanks, Carrie. Yeah, I really like this one. It came together really well. And this was using the Bro & Co kit. It is sold out now, but I do have a few pieces of embellishment left. So if you, and those are on the website. So if you have some papers, all of you really need, honestly, is some navies and yellow and a few different blues. And those embellishments all work well. So those are on the website too. Okay, this is the layout. Now, here, watch this. So this was a layout that I created way back. I want to say I did this one. I didn't do it in 2001. But I did this probably 5 or 6 years ago, maybe. And this was a layout this is actually one of my favorite all-time ever layouts, because these photos are so special to me. So this is my grandma and my grandpa with Emma when she wasn't even a year old. So it was back in 2001. She was born in the fall of 2000. So I created this layout, like I said, several years ago. And I was flipping through some albums the other day looking for something else. And I came across this and I was like, okay, this is an incredible grid. Love the grid. Love this layout. But I thought, let's do a take on it. So like I said, this was my original that I did many years ago. But look at how different it looks doing it now with completely different paper and completely different embellishments. So really easy way. And these are in 2 completely different albums. So this doesn't matter. Like, I think that's sometimes too, it's a conversation that I have with scrapbookers, like, oh yeah, but you don't want the same layout in your albums. These are clearly in 2 very different albums. This is an Emma's baby album, and this is going to be an Alex's teenage album. So it's not as though these layouts are going to be competing with each other in the same space. So it's okay to keep using your sketches. So like I said, this was a favorite of mine. It was a redo on this. Trina made you that beautiful sketch. And this is the layout. So I'm going to get started on making today's layout. So I'm using a black base. So obviously we're doing the stitching, but I'm going to do it in a white pen, and I'll show you that after. But I'm going to use a black 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. I just want to make sure that is in your screen. You guys can see that. Okay. So the first thing that you're going to start with is actually your 3.5 by 5 inch photo. So Oh, thanks, Scott. Yeah, it's pretty cute with the guitar. You definitely started something there. So anyway, you're going to start with this photo, okay? So your 3.5 by 5 inch photo, you're going to raise it 1 inch up from the bottom and centered side to side, okay? 1 inch up from the bottom and centered side to side. You're going to end up having 4.25 inches on either side, and you're going to have the 1 inch up from the bottom. So if you're looking for spacing, that's what you're doing with this, okay? So a 3.5 by 5 inch photo. The reason that I have a placeholder here is that this is actually going to be for some Christmas photos, but I want to use this year. So I'm using one of our new kits. So one of the new creative kits. So this one is the Vintage North Pole. So this is the kit that I'm using, and I want to use it for some photos of this year's Christmas. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave this with a placeholder. Okay, so if you're looking for a space, like I said, you are 1 inch up from the bottom and you're centered side to side, which is going to give you 4.25 inches on either side of your photo. Perfect. Okay, so all I'm going to do here, I'm just going to lift this up, and because it's a placeholder, I'm just putting a little bit of adhesive underneath, and then that's going to keep my space. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to adhere this piece in the right corner here. Okay, so that piece that we're looking at is going to be this piece right here. So it's this one. Okay, so you got your photo, and this photo is raised. Both of my photos are raised, and then I did some raising in the embellishments. Everything else is flat. So all these little pieces of paper are all going to be flat. Okay, so your 3.5 by 5 inch photo, and then this piece right here is 2.5 by 3.5. 2.5 by 3.5. Okay, so that piece for me is going to be this one. I am going to sand the edges slightly. Okay, I didn't do that beforehand. I'm just going to do that really quick right now. So 2.5 by 3.5. When you adhere these down, girls, what you need to do is make sure that you're leaving yourself a space in between everything, okay? So the whole idea of this one is to have a little bit of blank space in between each pattern paper and each photo. And then that's going to give you the spot also if you want to do the faux stitching, okay? So I'm just going to adhere that flat, and I'm leaving roughly 1/4 inch between all of my pieces. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just put a little adhesive on that. And I'm going to adhere that one right in there. Okay. Oh, good morning, Jamie. Hi, how are you? That light is super bright. Well, better than being too dark, I suppose. Okay, now we're going to go to the left side. So now we're going to adhere this one. So this one is 2.5 by 2.5, and you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to adhere it same width apart from your photo, lined up along the bottom, and leaving that space right in here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and adhere that one. This one is going to be the one I'm going to use, and I'm going to go ahead and sand off my edges. Especially on a black, like if you're using dark base, girls, a little sanding is so pretty. It just separates your pattern papers, gives a little different look. I love it. I love having the spacing. So that's where mine's going to go. I'm going to go ahead and just adhere a little bit of adhesive. Oh, thanks, Jamie. I love waking up to you guys too. Though I will say I didn't just wake up. I have been up for quite some time, thanks to the firework lovers in our area. And I'm not being mean. I know lots of people love fireworks. I love watching fireworks, but I love watching fireworks at, like, I don't know, events and, Canada Day and Disneyland. I don't know. I know Halloween is super exciting for people with fireworks, but I just think that 1 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock in the morning the next day is just a little much, a little excessive. But I'm not trying to offend anyone. So if any of you are those people and you were setting them off at that time, yay you. I'm glad you had fun. I just value my sleep a little bit more, I think, in my old age. All right, next one is going to be right here. We're going to go just above this piece here. So we're going to go ahead and do another 2.5 by 2.5, and that one is right here under this cool kid. This one here And I didn't mean that I was calling my kid a cool kid. I meant like I actually had cool kid there. Just if you're like, okay, I'm sure he's cool. But no, it was just the little piece there. Okay, so it's this one right here. 2.5 by 2.5. I'm going to sand my edges. And then I'm going to adhere that one down flat. Okay, so 2.5 by 2.5. And adhere it down. Right, Michelle? I'm not kidding you. I was honest. I was super frustrated by it because what happens, obviously none of the dogs like it, but one of our little rescues, our little girl, she has huge anxiety and it was so stressful for her. Like the poor little thing, and every time they go off, she barks and it's this really high pitch, like she's scared. And I just feel so bad for her. So yeah, she got kept up super, super late and then woken up super, super early. So no, I know. It was a little much. But anyway. Okay, so this is where we are. Now we're going to come back into this section right here onto the left. And that is this journal card. Now, for those of you, like you can switch this out. And I said that in the supplies. If you wanted to have a photo there instead, or if you wanted to have a pattern paper, you could definitely do that. But just don't forget to journal. I know that lots of you say, oh, I'm not really a journaler. At least get date, right? So I did some journaling because I wanted to have a little bit of the story in there. But then I also, in my embellishment here, I put the date. 10/24 Saturday, October 2020. So just make sure that you do that. I know it's hard for lots of you, but I promise you a couple of things. One, you're going to want to know a little bit of the story. You're definitely going to want to know the date because you're for sure going to remember. And also your family, especially if you have children, they're going to want to see your handwriting at some point. And so I just feel it's so important for us to remember, like, this is an amazing craft. We love doing it. It's super fun. But at the end of the day, we're trying to get our memories and our stories into albums for our children and their children, because someone's going to forget one day and not everyone's going to remember. And he might look back on this and be like, I don't know how old I was in that. And he'll want to know. So just make sure you're at least getting a date. If nothing else, get a date. But obviously a little story is great too. So this is where I'm putting my journal card. This is from our basics printable. That's on the download section of our website. So this one here, and I just trimmed it down slightly, and it is 2.5 by 3.5. Okay, so this little journal card right here is 2.5 by 3.5, and I've got that already pre-cut. So I'm going to go ahead and just stick that one in here, and I think I'm going to do it that way. Okay, so stick your journal card down, and you can see too on the one that I did of Alex, I did some embellishing kind of over top of it a little bit. That's okay too. It looks really fun and it makes the page look great. But just don't forget, okay? Don't forget because you will forget. Okay, that one's on there. Okay, 2.5 by 3.5. Oh, Kim, that makes me so happy. Oh, I am so glad. You are so welcome. That really, really means so much to me because it's so important. Like I said, I mean, yes, this is my business and, you know, we all do this for lots of different reasons. But at the end of the day, the reason that I got into this completely was for that, for the memories, because I am constantly asking my mom and dad right now about certain things of grandparents and them. And I want to get all of these things into the albums because otherwise no one's going to know. That's the thing. If we don't write this stuff down, there's going to come a point where people are going to be looking at photos in our family and we're going to be gone and no one's going to know. And it's just super, super important. So I'm so grateful. Thank you for sharing that with me, Kim. Okay, this is where we're at, right? We're right in here. Now we want to go up and put this strip down. Okay, this tiny little strip here, it's small, it's not huge. It is 1 by 3.5. 1 by 3.5. Okay, and so this piece, the top of it should line up with your journal card and this 2.5-inch square. Okay, so you're going to leave the same amount of space and then you're going to line up the top of it. Okay, let me grab mine, which is this little stripey piece. I'm going to go ahead and do a little sanding. And as I was looking at that, it's really funny in talking about the stitching, because look at this. So that one's going to go right there. So see how that just fits in nice? And so we've got the same amount of spacing in there. Look, I forgot to do the little stitching line in there. I'll have to go back. I missed that one. So I have all my black stitching in here and I missed that one right there. That's okay. Lindsay, yes, I know. Well, you know what? And I get it. And that's the thing, because it's such an art form for so many of us, right? Like, we do it for so many reasons. And then you get this beautiful layout done and you're like, oh, I don't want my handwriting in there. And that's fine. You don't have to put your handwriting on every layout. But, you know, there's always stickers and there's always little date stamps, or there's something, like there's somewhere on your layout that you can tuck it, hide it, stick it in behind a photo, whatever. But definitely make sure you get it on there for sure. Right, exactly, Michelle. You definitely need to do it at the time, because otherwise, if you don't, you're like, oh my God, I have to look back on all the photos and try to find the dates. I mean, it's a little easier now, obviously, with technology the way that it is. Most of us are just looking at our phones and we're finding out the dates of our photos. Hey, Erica, good morning. Happy Sunday. Okay, your family Halloween photos are ridiculous. You guys are so amazing. They looked beautiful. Erica's beautiful family. How many children do you have? I feel like it's 5 or 6, I think. I'm so sorry if I'm getting the number wrong. Erica has an amazing amount of beautiful children, and oh my gosh, their Halloween costumes last night were ridiculous. So cool. Yeah, Michelle, your brother labeler, for sure. That is a great way to get dates on layouts too, right? So yes, we love them. Yes, this is an amazing art form for all of us, but at least put your date on, right? Okay, so this is where we are, right? We got this little strip up here, and now we just need to do our top right across the top. So this photo is going to get raised. You can put that on next, and that's 3.5 by 3.5. And then these two outside pieces are the same as these ones. So these are both 2.5 by 3.5. 6, yes, 6 children. You're incredible. No, as the thing, as I didn't think that the photo, I didn't think you had 6 children in that photo, but I felt like there was 6 of you. But I felt like you had more children. It's amazing. The photos were amazing. You guys were so incredible. I can't wait to see your pages that you create using those pictures. Okay, so 3.5 by 3.5 on this raised photo, 2.5 by 3.5 on these outside pieces of pattern paper. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab those. I'm going to stick my little photo placeholder here. I'm just going to put one little bit of adhesive on the back of that. I'll get that one up in here. Give myself the space so I can put my little faux stitching in there. Okay, and then I've got these pattern papers. I'm just going to sand the edges of these ones. And then this layout is ready for photos and embellishing. So I know lots of people are like, oh my gosh, can you make layouts in advance? Absolutely you can. I'm going to embellish this up because let's be honest, we all know that there's lots of photos that we take every single Christmas. And I know already the photos that I'm going to put on this. So I'm going to embellish this. I'm going to get it all ready to go. And then I've got one layout done and ready, which is really kind of cool. And don't think for even 1 second that I am caught up on all of my other Christmases and can't put photos on this. That is not true. I do have lots of past Christmas photos, but I really wanted to use this collection for this Christmas photos. So I am going to do that. Okay, this is my last piece, right? So 2.5 by 3.5. Hey, Trina, late to the party. That's all good. So see, here's the thing. Look, so now once I've done this, I'm like, oh, this is a little crooked. So now I can just kind of shift this and there. Now my spacing is the way that I want it. Okay, so just like that. Okay, so 3.5 by 3.5, and then these are both 2.5 by 3.5. A little blurry. Is that just you? I don't know. We haven't talked about that yet. Maybe it is a little blurry. Oh, here, all of my dogs are coming into the room. Sorry if you can hear them all walking around. Okay, you guys can go. Out you go. Out you go before you knock all the ornaments off my tree. Okay, so here's where we are. So 3.5 by 5 photo raised, 3.5 by 3.5 photo raised. Okay, 2.5 by 3.5, 2.5 by 2.5, 2.5 by 3.5. Same on this side, but I've changed the order. Okay, so 2.5 by 2.5, 2.5 by 3.5 journal card, because we're getting our journaling in our books. and then a diagonal stripe of 2.5 by 3.5. And then this little one is just 1 by 3.5. And so again, same thing. We're talking about twisting it, right? So this looks great like this. Also looks great like this with our big photo on top. Also looks great like this. So you can do this layout. And if you have multiple children, like Erica, you can have this layout in all your children's albums. Allison, I don't know if Allison is on here this morning, but Allison is a really good girlfriend of mine from the US as well. She has 4 girls and she multiplies all of the layouts. So she puts one in every one of the girls' albums. So things like this are so great for that, right? Because they're not, they don't necessarily need to be side by side. You don't have to worry about having the same layout. Okay, so then we talked about the faux stitching. So Kim, here we go. I'm just actually shaking up my pen here. The white ones I find, they don't always come out super awesome when you start. So I'm just shaking this pen out here and I'm going to just show you. So I use a clear ruler and I use a small ruler. So this one came actually with my original silhouette because I want to be able to see what I'm doing. So I come down and I'm just really want to make sure that this is going to come out. And then I just do little dashes. So you may have to shake your white out a little bit here and there just to get it to keep going. But on a dark base, white, silver, gold, any of those work. And that's all I'm doing here is I'm just keeping my ruler straight, and then I'm just doing my little dashes. So I get to the end. Now I gently pick this up, girls. Do not shift or move it or whatever. I take it and then I actually just wipe it off before I lay it back down again, because you might have gotten a little bit of ink on there, Kim. So just make sure. Hey, Allison, I was just talking about you and how you make multiple layouts for all your girls' albums, and that this would be a good one for that. So before you put it back down again, wipe it off, because if you've gotten any ink on this, especially on like a white base, you could for sure get black ink in places that you don't want it. So just make sure that you're wiping off your ruler each time you pick it up. And then just come under here. And then I go just a little bit off. See how I kind of went off the edge because I want to come up here and I know that I'm going to be turning it and that's going to work. So I'm going to have just a little dash off the end, and then I'm just going to shift and then do the same thing all the way up the side. And then insides as well. So here, I'm just going to go in the middle here just so you can see. So I eyeball it. You guys can measure it if you want. I don't think it's super necessary. Just put your ruler down in the middle, and then we're just going to do the same thing. Just get your little dashes in here, and then just meet them, right? And then you're just going to do it in and out all the way around, and then you'll have that. So then you have that really great little faux stitch line. Okay, super easy. Those are just a few of the tricks that I do. Like I said, just picking up your ruler in between, wiping off the edge. I find that super important so that you're not smudging anything. Keeping your hand straight up and down rather than on an angle. So just come like this. Just a few things that I've done. And oh, like I said, a small clear ruler is super helpful. Okay. So that's it, girls. That's what I've got for you there. I'm going to finish that one up. You know, I always put that up on Take Two Tuesday, which was my fun little name and way for getting all of my layouts up, because I am making so many layouts these days. Oh my gosh. I was going through, I'm actually going to do, I think, a little video of all of the layouts that I did, because since we started this in, well, I guess the first one was April, maybe. I think I'm over 100 layouts, because obviously I do the one, oh, hey, good morning, Heather. Thanks, Carla. How far up did I start? Inch from the bottom, Heather, an inch from the bottom and centered side to side. So starting with this photo, it's actually, you're looking at me. You can't see it. I'm pointing at it like you can tell. Here, I'll pick it up. Starting with this photo, inch up from the bottom, centered side to side. So you'll have 4 1/4 inches on either side of that photo. Okay. And then that way, because you always need a starting point, right? Your layouts always have a starting point, and then you can start and you can just build up around it. Perfect. Totally forgot what I was telling you. But anyway, so a couple of things that we had talked about. Newsletter. And also, if you have not registered for the newsletter, register for the newsletter. When I was talking about things that Denine's doing, yeah, you're welcome. Thanks, Erica. If you haven't registered for the newsletter, register for it because it's coming out more often. That's another thing that Denine's working on. So she did a lot of work on the newsletter this week. So it's great. It has tons of information. So we're going to start getting that out to you a little more often. With lots of new things that we're doing, so you can check that out. And the scrap sheets, like I said, those are going to start going onto the blog that is going to start being updated very regularly. You're going to see new blog posts every week, which I'm really excited about. So Denine's working on those. And then, yeah, if you want to learn a little bit about me and Trina and Denine, you can go to the About Us page, which I finally updated as well. So we're kind of doing a lot of different things behind the scenes, trying to get things updated for you. I am so thankful to have these girls helping me out because one person, I was just falling behind right, left, and center. So I'm really excited to get those PDFs up for you in the blog. I think that's the best place to have them. Yeah, so many layouts, Allison, tons, right? Oh, that's what we're talking about. So many layouts because I'm doing the one for you on Friday, and then I'm doing one with you on Sunday, and then now I'm doing the scrap sheets, but then I also scrapbook outside of that as well. So, and then all of the classes, all the online classes. So lots of layouts. I have a huge, huge stack that I'm staring at right now. So I'm gonna show some of those to you. It's really kind of fun to see them when you see them all together like that. And obviously you can see some of them behind me here. I need to change some of those out. But anyway, so lots of fun things coming up. So Wednesday night, I'll see you again. I'm going into some more Christmas cards again. These ones have a little bit of stamping on them, but we're going to be working with a 12 by 12 piece of pattern paper that has got, you know how you get them and they've got all the little 2 by 2 squares on them? We're going to be working with one of those. So if you have one of those in your stash, dig it out because we're going to be using that on Wednesday night. So Wednesday night at 7 p.m. PST. And then if you haven't registered for the 2+2+2 workshop, do that. I'd love to see you in class. And again, congratulations to Shar. If you want to be a lucky winner, make sure you post your layouts in the Facebook group. Okay. I think that's it. I think I've got all that. Which number of week is this one? You know what, Lindsay? We're in the 20s. I want to say it's like 25 or 26. I have to look back. I don't do the scrap sheets. That's something that Trina does up for me. And I can't remember which one. Oh, 25. Sorry, 25 is what she has on this one. So I'm going to trust that. 25. Yeah, it is on the PDF. And I do know that one week was doubled up. I think we had like 22 and then 22 again the following week. So yeah, I think we're 25 or 26, somewhere in there. But we'll have them. Oh, thanks, Cynthia. Thanks for joining me. 25. Yeah, I wasn't sure, Trina, with the mix up on the one, but yeah, 25 I think is where we're at, which is lots. It's lots of layouts. And then I have the extra 25. And then I have all the classes that we did. So, and a lot of, obviously you guys do too, right? So we're in a ton of layouts. We got a ton of layouts that we've done, which I love. It makes me so happy that you guys are getting these layouts into your albums. So anyway, thanks for joining me on this Sunday morning. I know it was a late night for lots of you last night. I have Christmas decorating to do. So I'm going to go and start taking the Halloween decorations down, and I am going to, hopefully my goal is to get 2 of the trees up tonight. We put up 4 last year, definitely putting 4 up again. There may be a 5th one. I haven't decided. It might be an outdoor 5th one. We'll see. But I'll keep you posted because I'm going to post and I'm going to share it all. So anyway, thank you guys for spending this time with me. I love you. Have an amazing day. And I will see you all Wednesday and or next Sunday. Okay? Have a great day.